Independent online interview in 2001, you said rugby made you cry. Is this an underlying feeling of rejection after your near miss with Arsenal FC in your youth?
Sport makes me cry, you know, when it goes the right way or the wrong way, and that could be snooker or darts or anything, you know. Even Roger Federer, when he broke down crying when he won Wimbledon on Saturday.
Oh, that was a nice moment, though.
That was nice, yeah.
It wasn't exactly like he had to work hard for it either, you know what I mean? It wasn't like he was emotionally, like, wrecked by the end of it. It was like just a straight match, like 3 sets.
We was in Denmark doing a festival, and I watched that, and it just gives me something that music doesn't.
Yeah, right, so then you go on stage in front of 50,000 people completely cold. I mean, watch Roger Federer win in Wimbledon. It's fantastic, isn't it? Lipstick Traces is the compilation, B-sides and rarities. It's a kiss goodbye to the past and a chance to move on and onwards and upwards with the future. We're going to talk about this forthcoming new record. One more from the message board for the moment. Board Rigid, do you really read all the books you name drop? Or are you full of plaque?
No, I've always said that the quotes we use on records, I'd never admit to reading all those books. But if you look in my bag now, you'd probably be pretty bored, but you know,
there's a copy of Heat.
There's a closer. There's a Carol Ann Duffy poetry book and a book called Existentialism and Humanism, a lecture by Jean-Paul Sartre.
Yeah, I know who he is, isn't he? Wasn't he? Yeah, he was. There was a band in New Zealand, Jean-Paul Sartre Experience.
Was there really?
It was, yeah. They were great. I have no idea where we're going, Jim. I'm assuming you have some clue about where we're headed right now. Are we heading into the erection?
Sex Pistols. No, we avoid the...
because we have him today, right? Okay, he's a big enough erection for all of us. He picks the Sex Pistols, and we agree. So here we go, Sex Pistols on Gonzo. That's a rarity. It's Gonzo with our very special guest, Nicky Y. It's undiluted, unabashed, unapologetic Nicky Y day today. We've got him on the couch all day, and he bothered to dress up.
I did, at 9 o'clock in the morning as well.
Yeah, I know. Good to see that, you know, you're willing to wait for the sort of 8 or 9 hours so that you were still looking good when we went on the air. Good work. Well done. You're a professional, right? Hold it together.
I lay my clothes out the night before.
Let's get serious for a hot second. You guys were thrown back into the headlines for a very, very sort of old and personal reason last couple of weeks because there was a body found down by the bridge. I can only imagine how much that took you back to that time and place.
It's just you know, it's horrendous. I'm sure it would have broke most bands, to be honest with you. And we were in Denmark, like I said, I was watching. That's probably what I cried when Roger Federer cried, because you know I got a call saying there's a big thing in the newspaper saying body found, and
you want the myth to be true. You want to believe that he's happy somewhere, don't you? And still alive,
of course you do.
Doing his thing, you know.
And every time we've seen to put a record out, or every time, you know, when we were doing the greatest hits, a couple of songs for that, there was supposed to be remains of his feet found, and you know, you're talking about someone I grew up with from the age of 5 playing football.
He's a human being, you know what I mean? You don't want to hear about this stuff.
And we were friends first, and God knows what it must be like for his parents.
Sure. But the good news is, ultimately, that it wasn't him. So wherever he is, and whatever beach he's on, or whatever dark alley he's in, sort of, you know, doing whatever he wants to do.
Wherever sewage works, he's doing like Reggie Perrin.
Exactly.
With a big beard.
It will be that way forevermore. He has become, and quite rightly so, one of the greatest rock and roll sort of, you know, human story stroke myths.
I mean, I think the Judge Yourself video, which you played, I mean, that's all my personal home movies from the last 10 years. We've never been seen before, and it just shows that for most of the time you can tell how well we get on. We're so comfortable with each other. The pathos of the band, the unremitting piss-taking between us. You know, we're just one shot, we're on Alcatraz, and I'm just listening to the audio tape, kind of enjoying myself, and she's really posing in the corner as if he's a prisoner, you know, going on a Metallica video. And
that's what he was, though, man. You know, he was absolutely the MO of the band, wasn't he? You know?
Yeah, no, he's and
remains so.
If you grow up with someone like that, you just want to keep their memory alive in the right way. It's not this eternal drudgery and eternal misery. You know, the last year or so was very hard, but for most of the time I knew him in university. He used to write essays for me, you know, I mean, that's close.
Yeah, that is close. These are the memories. Was it difficult for apart from the obvious reasons, but for someone like James to step up and to you know, when you decide to continue, going back quite a few years now, to actually step up and realise that you're an entertainer, but James is now the front man of the band, and, you know...
I know what you mean. You know, I think the thing with James is he's such a phenomenal musician. Yeah. I mean, he plays 3 guitar parts.
Such a great guitar player. Has he ever been on the cover of Guitar Magazine?
Yes, he has.
Right. I was going to say, because he should be.
He was voted, I think he was 96 best guitarist in Britain.
He wails,
He
man.
was dreadful.
For a man with very little fingers as well.
Yes, he's very strong hands.
Right.
But I mean, he does play 3 guitar parts live.
Yeah.
Somehow,
Yeah.
as well as singing backing vocals and lead vocals.
Yeah.
Because we haven't, we've never replaced Richie, and it doesn't seem right at the moment to do so.
No,
but he is a phenomenal musician, James. He really is.
No, he is. I don't think he gets, even though obviously amongst the right circles he probably does, but I don't think he gets enough respect in the mainstream music media for his guitar playing alone.
I agree. He's a rock god. God,
I know.
better than your mates, anyway.
Moving swiftly on. You have to bust my balls every single time. White Stripes, I don't even want to know what you think about them. Black Matt. Manic Street Preachers have a brand new compilation. When's it out?
Monday.
Right on. That's coming Monday.
Yeah.
You'll find it on the shelf. It's called Lipstick Traces. And it's basically a chance for you guys to wrap up and move on with your lives. Let's talk about that. This new album that you plan to record in New York City. Are you going to work with a producer or are you going to do it yourself?
No, we're going to work with a producer.
Who is it?
I can't tell you, but it's
Oh,
gonna be
man,
good.
come on. If you're going to throw a dog a bone, I'm the dog.
I know, James will kill me. The last thing he said to me last night was, "Don't talk about the new album, Wire."
Okay, I respect you.
I don't want to be under that pressure.
No, I respect what James... Rick Rubin! That's cool. That's absolutely fine, man. He's a good man. Ross Robinson!
You must be joking.
No, it's fine. It's
Get all
totally
your
fine.
rock mates out the way and then try and find someone class.